what else is in here. It's a mystery. I'll bet they could tell me, but they would have to kill me. You know. In itself, most of these resins themselves have little to no odor. This one has a slight, maybe an apple peel, like you just peeled an apple. The problem with showing this one off is there's so many different kinds of things in here that I can't put one of each on there. It would just kill the store. But I'll pick a couple of things. Resins tend to not, their fragrances don't marry much. So if you took a classic, resin blend, frankincense and myrrh, if you put frankincense and myrrh together and you separated them, the frankincense is not going to smell much like myrrh. They don't do that because their oils are pretty locked up, inside their structure. So frankincense really, and these resins don't really, they don't get old. Some incenses eventually will lose their potency. Some of these might even get better with age. There are some solid incenses that Japanese use called Jinko, which is a wood, and it's resinated wood, and actually that tends to get better.
That's really nice.
In fact, I'm going to show you an example of that. That's used in Joss.
Oh.
So, resins. So that's one way in resin blends and other things. That's one way to classify. This is your loose botanicals. That's the kind of the generic, I guess. That's probably how I should have put it on the, on the paper. You could take anything, herbs, resins, make your own. That's fun. I mean, I would take frankincense and cardamom pods, and I would mix them together, and I'd put them on charcoals, and had a blast with that. Then
You don't like the resin?
These are in the big categories of incenses that, because so many incenses come from India. I mean, the bulk of commercial incenses still come from India. We pretty much classify them kind of the way they do. Incenses that have sticks and incenses that don't have sticks. Obviously, these don't have a bamboo core to them. In India, you'll hear the term Dhoop. That used to refer to all incenses, including incenses with sticks, incenses without sticks, raw incenses like this, powders, you name it, they call them Dhoops. Now, pretty much, the term Dhoop refers to incenses without sticks. Formed, made incenses without sticks. Still can be powders, but it's something that was made, not just like a raw ingredient. Alright? So, some of them are very, very simple. These here, I don't know if you've ever seen these odd little packets in stores. They're fascinating. I was so drawn into this. I said, that is exotic. I was in an incense store, I don't know how many years ago, well before I opened here, and I saw this packaging, and I said, I gotta see what on earth this is. Because this is so alien. I have to know what's in this packet. And there's these odd little logs. Chandan Dhoop. Chandan means sandalwood. So if you see Chandan on something, then hopefully it's made from or with sandalwood. That's the goal. These also are pretty respectable when it comes to the volume of smoke that they produce. They start off with a lot of smoke, and then they kind of mellow out after they've been going for a while. There can be a little patient when you're lighting them. When they first start, and they remain unchanged since I remember the first time I bought these. I don't remember where I first saw these. Might have been in San Francisco somewhere, or maybe a psychedelic shop, or one of those kind of places.
Boston.
Was it? Where was it?
I think it was in Boston.
Boston?
Sort of.
Where? Might have been like...
They had the incense, they had an incense museum or something.
Well, I know Boston, they do incense ceremonies, which is a great Japanese thing. Kodo, it's called. Not to be confused with Kodo drums, but it's Kodo. Ko is incense. Do is the way. It's like Chado. Chado is the way of tea. It's the tea ceremony. The incense ceremony is just as developed and complex, and cultural as the tea ceremony. For whatever reason, it kind of disappeared. Sort of fell out of favor. They even have interesting games that they play when they try incenses. they use this term to listen to a fragrance.
Hmm.
That's there's no direct translation because we have active terms for many things. Like we can look at something passively, or we can study it, you know, or we can hear something, or we can listen to it. There really is no active term for smelling in our. We smell it or we smell it. So they have an active term for smelling things. I don't know what it is. So the closest is actually listening to a fragrance. So anyway, we can even pass this little fellow around if you just. So it's pretty simple. It's sandalwood. It's slightly sweetened. You know, it's not too sweet. I have some other sandalwoods if you like a sweeter sandalwood. We'll get to that. So this is pretty dry, pretty clean. Has a really nice kind of linger in a room. It's definitely foreign. You know, it definitely is foreign and kind of alien to our scent, but it is kind of welcoming and friendly as a fragrance. So this is a Chandan Dhoop, or sandalwood Dhoop. Sandalwood incense that does not have a bamboo core. Some of them are really complex. This one here took me years to find. Padmini is a corporation, pretty big outfit. There we go. And they've been making incense for a long time. And they produce. You know what? I could use a drop of water. Would someone? Say, Mom? Can you do that? Oh, I got a little water in there. That'd be huge. That'd be great. Appreciate it. Otherwise, we're just going to be dying here. What a way to go. No, it's not like breathing in toxic fumes. So, anyway, this is another dupe. This is from Padmini. They make several dupes. They make many different incenses. This one here was so hard to find. This one I first had in San Francisco. I know it's funny because when I went to order it, I wanted to get, I was trying to get like 6 dozen. They come in these bundles of dozens. Oh, huge. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, that's beautiful.